Hey guys, welcome back. So before we get any further in your rainbow moon, I wanted to show you a couple of different options. The one on the left has a little bit more of a sphere color scheme to it. You can see that the colors curve like a C or a backward C. Still working from the inside out with your bright to dark colors, but that's one option. The other is to have more of a linear color scheme, working from the top to the bottom of the moon and just moving those colors outward. Feel free to do any combination of these. I think they both look great. So next, I want you to grab the smallest of the 3 paintbrushes that you have. Go ahead and just get that wet, dip it in some black, and start outlining your moon. Make sure you get that bottom piece down there by the water. And next we're going to make some gray. So just mix a little bit of black and white on your palette with your knife and getting your 2-inch chip brush wet. Make some X's with your different shades of gray on the background. We're going to be coming back through and adding some black, so you can do a combination of all of that. After you have outlined your moon, you'll find it's easier to get close to it. So I was using my 1-inch chip brush, and for between the trees, try your largest of the 3 normal paintbrushes. That's how you're gonna get in there, get between all those branches like nice little zigzags. Grab your half sponge and get it a little wet with some white paint on it. Just dab it in the sky. You're gonna be blending it and pressing it into your grays and blacks just to kind of give it, that starry night atmosphere. We're gonna be coming back through soon to add stars. So you have a toothbrush in your kit. You get that wet and dab it into some white paint. You'll spackle it and just kind of like flick the paint onto your canvas. It's so much fun. So next you're gonna wanna grab your small brush with some gray and just do some tree trunks on all of your trees. After that, you're going to do dark on the outside of the tree and light on the inside of the tree. So whatever is closest to the moon is where you're gonna want this light gray, blobby branch. And so you're just gonna start from the top of the tree and just quickly brush all the way down. It does not have to look fancy. I promise these trees are gonna look so good when you're done, but they look kind of ugly when you get started just because they are so blobby. So next, grab your large flat paintbrush and dip it in some black. You are going to start at the top of your tree on the light side and just very carefully dab all the way down, just tilting your paintbrush ever so slightly. And this is going to give the appearance of some depth in your tree. And once this black dries, I want you to come back through and add white right on top of where the black was. So now we're going to move to the riverbank. Here you're going to start at where the water meets the bank and then go up just a little bit and then drag it to the side. So we're giving that illusion that the bank kind of is crashing down into the water, angling down. And so the way to achieve that is through dragging your brush slightly up at about a 45-degree angle and then straight across. Keep repeating that on both sides of the water with a variety of grays and blacks. It's okay if your black touches the water. We want it to. We're going to be blending and pushing and smearing the water into the bank. It looks great that way. So after you've had chances to go through and add your white and black, you'll then start at the edge of your canvas and with your large flat brush, drag it in towards the water and swipe it in. So that's going to give it a nice little point, and it'll just drag in really nice into the water, which will set you up beautifully for the black fine lines that you're about to do. Looks good. So now that we're ready to cover all of those pencil marks from your tracer, so get your medium flat brush Dip it in some water and some black paint so it's really nice and it glides beautifully. You're just going to go side to side, looking for those pencil marks that are underneath the paint. And it looks so good when you're done. Some will be thick, some will be thin. Turns out so pretty. We're going to be coming back through in a second and adding some white accents. So next, dip the opposite end of your small paintbrush in some white paint and just add some dots all over the place. You'll see them on the left and on the right, usually in clusters of 2 or 3. Feel free to add some more dots into the sky or do some constellations. Makes it look really pretty. And then grab your medium or large flat brush, dragging it across, really blending it in nice to go with those black lines. And lastly, we have the glitter. So after everything is dried, you just take a little bit of glitter and you're going to trace it on top of anywhere that you think it needs a little bit of special effects or glitz. Now the glitter is totally optional. If you don't want it, don't worry about it. But I think a little bit goes a long way. And when you have this hanging on the wall or on an easel, the light catches it and it really adds to just the magic of the piece that you've created. So pretty much everybody these days has LED lights that change colors. As soon as you're done, go ahead and test it out. You will not be disappointed, and make sure you try all of the different color combinations, because everything from blues and greens and reds, white, it all makes your art look completely different, like a different art piece. My daughter absolutely loved it and put it in her room right away as soon as I showed her. So thanks again, you guys. We really appreciate you. Be sure to check out RTD Paint Party on Facebook, because we'll be coming out with some new ones for the seasons, for Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, so keep us in mind. The proceeds to these parties really go a long way for our competitive dancers at Room to Dance. Thank you so much.